Alright, let's go first topic of the day. Summer Game Fest. Ray, do you care about video games?
I mean, I care about video games. I mean, we do a podcast dedicated to video games, so I mean, I care. Now, do I care enough in order to make a financial incentive or a financial expenditure in order to fly to the other side of the country in order to participate in a big event? No. No.
Do you care?
Even as an American who could easily go to it.
Do you care watching big events where they show trailers, and only trailers, and where they hype you about a video game that you always wanted to experience 10 years ago, but you never knew about?
Are we talking about social media and YouTube?
We're talking about Summer Game Fest. Why I'm talking about that, it's not that important, or not even a topic, honestly, but I just want to mention this because I got triggered a little bit. So, for anyone that doesn't know, but if you listen to the Battlefield Relay podcast, you probably do know. There's a thing called Summer Game Fest. It's basically like a replacement for E3. If you remember E3, damn, you're old.
A replacement.
Replacement. So basically, we're recording like a day after the Game Fest happened. So a couple of days before, I think it was like a week before, Summer Game Fest announced, hey, here's all the publishers and everything that will be on the show. Here's all the publishers and here's all the studios that are going to showcase their games. Cool. You don't see EA or DICE there? Cool. They're not going to be here. Moving on. But some people were hoping for their dear lives. No. They will be there. Or, no. EA will do their own event.
It's all just a troll, bro. They're gonna come out of the smoke like my favorite WWE wrestler.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm removing the labels from the water bottles. It's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen.
Oh, and we hitting this point where a developer that is working on this game or works at the studio tweets something about a certain game or something that has nothing to do with Battlefield or like anything, right? They're just tweeting something they care about, and people always like, oh, he works at DICE, oh, he works at Ripple Effect, and he tweeted that, so that means something's happening today. Guys, they all have lives. Chill. They all have lives, they all have their own things to do.
They're human beings. They exist. They do stuff outside of their work, like actors and singers and other entertainers amongst us. You know, it's like, I don't just... Do y'all think I just sit in this booth all day as an actor?
No, you sit
I'm
here.
just here.
No, you hear.
This is where I live.
This is where you live, and this is where you record the podcast every fucking day with me, Ray.
This is my sole purpose in life.
Yes.
This is my sole function in life.
You're my
I'm
actor
just
slave. Here. You're my actor slave. Yes.
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 But no, that's not how it works. I mean, goddamn, people have lives. People's work is not their entire identity. This whole fucking stupid mindset that we seem to have these days, where one thing, it has to be one defining thing. There just has to be one defining thing that makes a person. And it's not. One thing, it does not identify you. Your political lineage does not identify you 100%. Your gender, or your sexuality, or any of that shit. Your preference in video games, it does not define you. People are multifaceted.
Yeah.
We've forgotten that.
Yeah. Anyway, long story short, I just got triggered that people thought that something's gonna be announced, something's gonna be shown, and everything. And because some people said it, everyone's like, well, maybe something's happening. I'm like, no, chill, it's fine. EA said nothing. Also, if you've been paying attention, if you've been listening to the BattlefieldOne podcast and you already knew that nothing's coming, congratulations. Like, we did our job as podcast hosts, that you realize, oh, nothing's happening, because otherwise we would tell you that something's happening.
I'll flip it on your head. I'll flip it completely on its head and say this. Like, if anybody who knows anything about production, there is always something happening. If something wasn't happening, nothing would be getting done.
Yeah, that too. So, long story short, it's not important, it's not even a topic. I got triggered by people that, like, hoping that, something might happen, EA might, like, okay, let's say EA drops a trailer, some sort of trailer, when the Summer Game Fest is happening. Yeah, at most. Let's say it drops a YouTube, trailer or something like that. Cool. Let's compete against other big games that will be announced at Game Fest. Let's ruin our exposure. Are you kidding me? This is one of the biggest games EA ever worked on. They don't want to share the spotlight with anyone. Let's be honest. Anyone.
That's part of the reason why that's part of the reason why they're shifting their release dates around, or their projected release dates. I can't say release dates; it's projected at this point because it's projected all until the day it happens. That being said, this is a whole big PR thing for them too, and you're absolutely right. They really do need to consider like how they're going to approach putting this out there. They don't want to share the waters with anybody else. And they definitely don't with some of the other sharks that are coming into the bay here soon, so to speak. People got to understand that they're not going to just. This isn't the 90s where you have to just spontaneously drop what you can when you can because the internet isn't a thing. Like if they want to announce something, they have a YouTube channel. They have a social media page. They have email lists. They have your email. They can announce shit if they wanted to. They could announce shit in a way that would be completely dirt cheap. Boils down to the labor of maybe 5 people to make a big announcement. Now, it ain't like it was back in the day where you gotta have, the big to-do at E3. E3's dead for a reason. And it wasn't just COVID that killed it. E3 was dying long before COVID put the bullet in it.
Yeah.
We all need to be honest with ourselves on that front. COVID was just, there were a lot of things that were dying, and COVID basically just put the bullet in it. If we're really going to look back on it realistically, let's just be real with ourselves. And E3 and big electronic expos and big expositions and shit like that, with the exception of Comic-Con. Comic-Con seemed to be the only thing that survived, but then again, that's such a base general.
I have a friend that went to Comic-Con. It's like it's not that good anymore. At least London one.
I've been to the one down here in Tampa before. I mean, I had fun. It's not something I would certainly make a yearly visit out of. One, trying to get signatures and pictures and shit. It's just ridiculously expensive.
Yeah.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I understand why they charge what they charge because you got to get bread. Got to pay the bills somehow. Yeah. And not everybody's constantly working. I mean, shit. If I had some productions and I could get away with it, I'd have a cameo right now. I'd fucking have a cameo. I'd sling autographs for $5 through my website a pop. Yeah, sure, let's go. Let's do this.
I would do that, yeah.
I gotta make some money, baby.
Yeah, like, hey, listen, $5 is $5, right?
I love doing what I do, but you want me to put my signature on a piece of paper for $5 and mail it to you? All right, cool.
Hey,
that
you
cost
want me
me at like 75 cents. I'll fucking do it.
You want me to kiss it? You want me to kiss it? You want me to do something? That's fine. $5 is $5. I'll do it, fam. I'll do it. I'll freaking do it.
Whatever.
Yeah.
But I mean, the irony of that is you and I have been down the road with like merch and shit before, and it just doesn't move. So it's like,
anyone that is watching the video format, you still, if you want this hoodie, just let me know. I can make it for you. Just saying.
we don't have slave labor. We don't have exported labor. It's all in-house labor.
Oh, literally in-house. Literally in-house.
Anyway,
Summer Game Fest. I don't know why I even talked about it. I got triggered. I just want to let my emotions out. Because I got triggered by people like, oh, maybe it's something like, no. Smell the coffee. Just relax. Chill. Just the game is not coming out. I'm sorry. Like, before I'm even gonna go with other topic, I'm just gonna say this. The game is not coming out this autumn. If it does, it's gonna be a broken launch. I'm just saying the truth. If the game is coming out, if the next Battlefield is coming out this autumn, the game is gonna be broken. Or bare bones.
This I think this would kind of be like a really neat way to go about it. Like if they're gonna do anything kind of like festival, okay? And when I mean like festival, I mean like a week-long event of things, I think kind of the cool thing would be is to be like, how hard would it be in order to fire up some Battlefield 3 and Battlefield 4 official servers? And have them up and running for like a week or so.
Oh, you
and
like
just
it?
have like have a week of Battlefield Fest where you just fire up some of those old servers and get the community involved in some of the older games again for at least a week. Have official servers and all that shit back again. Like I think that would be the only thing that they could do to be like a festival announcement thing. And then at the end of the week, they just go, oh, by the way, just like Bethesda did with the Elder Scrolls remake, here's the game. There you go. Enjoy. Welcome to the end of Battlefield Fest. Here's the new Battlefield game. If they would do that.
Yeah, that would be cool. Yeah,
that would be fucking amazeballs.
Like open beta.
Or even 2 weeks.
Yeah. Open beta.
You spend the first week, you start at maybe not even necessarily Battlefield 1945, or maybe you could figure out a way in order to get it running, and you just give it to everybody for free. Fuck it. Why not?
They literally sometimes they should do like stuff like that. Listen, game is old, right? Like I'm pretty sure you can pay like you get one developer. Just stop working for a day. Just focus on this. We're like, okay, can you just make sure that this game works? Just like when we give it for free, and that's it.
Well, I mean, that's I yes, but no, not really. Because I mean, some people will tell you porting a game is not necessarily just that simple. But
well, yeah.
That's more or less along the lines of an argument for like consoles and shit. PC.
Oh yeah, I wasn't even thinking about consoles.
And this is where the drawing line would become. It would become one of those things that could possibly only be a PC thing, which would pigeonhole them really hard and would suck. But I mean, if they could figure out a way to do it with consoles and stuff, just for that week, everybody gets a free build of 1945. Whatever, and 20 and the original 2042. You give them some of the original stuff. You even let it go for a little bit, let the multiplayer happen. Show some of these younger kids like what some of the legacy games were about, some of the freedoms and the fun that you could have in those games if you were creative enough with it.
Now you mentioned
that, and
then
then finally cap it off with, okay, now that you've seen everything now you've seen our pedigree, now you've seen everything that we've done over the years, and yes, not everything was the best decision that we've made in the world, but now here we are going to show you that we've learned from our mistakes. Here is Battlefield 6, or whatever the fuck they're calling it.
Probably it's gonna be called Battlefield, honestly.
Probably.
Internally, the game is called Battlefield 6, but I think you and me know it's not gonna be called Battlefield 6.
I'm pretty sure that's a working title.
Yeah. I think all of us are certain it's not gonna be called Battlefield 6.
Yeah, I am convinced that is a working title. That is not.
Also, I don't think they'll want. They pay attention what's happening with the other game. For example, Black Ops 6 came out 8 months ago. I don't think they want to be associated with that. Also, the new Modern Warfare that's coming out in a year and something got leaked. The title, it's called Modern Warfare, but how it's spelled, it's the Korean 4. So it's Modern Warfare, but with a Korean symbol, which stands for 4. It's like, huh. That's really clever.
Confuse the shit out of some people.
No, it's still gonna be called Modern Warfare 4, but on the artwork, it's gonna be in Korean.
Right, that's what I'm talking about. That's gonna confuse some people. It's got to be explained. That's the thing.
I think it's cool. I think it's cool.
I mean, I'm not saying.
Yeah,
it's not.
so
maybe there's gonna be some motherfuckers that are gonna be like, what?
Maybe Battlefield 6, like I don't know, some funny 6 number or something. I don't know.